NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Chargers. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the LA Chargers. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here in Los Angeles. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
The Chargers just continue to improve and take steps forward under the quiet leadership of Herbert, who's been the most productive quarterback in league history through his first 3 seasons. Over 4,700 yards last year. He's expecting to crack the 5,000-yard mark in this season.
Herbert going to go to the air right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Now a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns and led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. Taking it about the 16. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now their versatile running back. Here's Austin Eckler. Fighting through it. He's got space. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Powers through. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, LA! Austin Eckler, 57 yards. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And this is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, 46 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways. Either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That is caught, and they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing again is gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
3rd and 4. Goff now looking to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, Eckler breaks the tackle. Now Allen. There he goes, right side. Still going. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Back to throw, Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reynolds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd down and 1. Now Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler on his way to a monster Charger game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On first down, gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions now taking over late in this first half And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On first down, it's gone. And I think the ball's out. And picked up by the Chargers.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Let's go. Let's go tonight.
Goff on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Goff now on second down. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now Goff on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break. Following the fumble recovery, Herbert, he's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Herbert off of play action. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Ready.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead on a final play and a half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen. But when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He was nothing short of amazing, throwing 4 touchdown passes to help push his guys out to a sizable halftime lead. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Montgomery on the counter. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Returnable here for Davis. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile, people raking at the football all the time. Your hand.
And he shoves a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 142 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And that's complete to the right side of Allen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
It's Eckler again. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. First and 10. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chargers are pouring it on.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Davis now to return it. Breaks through the contact. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. So he'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
Boy, 192 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Back to the air. Herbert on second down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Nick Vannett, 30 yards. And the Chargers continue to pour it on here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Detroit getting set to go now. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. That's taken on the 25. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Wow, 213 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 38 yards. And the Chargers just continue to roll. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Extra point try now from Dicker. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Holding offense. What's the deal, y'all?
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10. Goff again. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's Gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, Just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds they've had. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that, we say...